You have four basic types of triads you want to make sure you know through all 12 keys and their inversions. Of course, that's major, minor, augmented, and diminished. Those four chords are going to be the foundation of almost any chord you play.
So I started really picking up on the melody to these songs and what he was doing to them. And that started a new relationship between me and music and jazz in particular, because I started focusing, what are these musicians doing? Why do they sound so good? So
we'll focus on musicians that are engaged specifically in jazz and jazz idioms of the late 19th and early 20th century. So needless to say, there are a lot of women and engaged in music, but we'll just talk about those that are doing jazz or things that I would say we primarily recognize as jazz.
Houston, how do you become a composer?
I think I say improvising is when I first started to become a composer, because it's like when you're on the spot, you're composing at that moment. And then you can take it a step further by writing it down and putting stuff in writing. But I think improvising is like a good first step.
Okay.
The bridge in this, you mentioned learning it from Sarah Vaughan. Sarah Vaughan does a cool treatment of the bridge melody to this that Mel is singing. So Scott, can we play the original melody just once? And then, we should, play the original melody, then have Mel sing it, and then we'll do the stack it on top of each other thing.
So he says, the genius of our country is improvisation, and jazz reflects that. It's our great contribution to the arts. So jazz music it's true to being an improvised art form. That's what it is. It's improvised music.
Young man, you are very good. You did such a great job. Especially since you have a new player back here with the group. These guys have never played together. They've never played with Jordan. He has never played with them. So it's the perfect excuse to kind of let everyone feel the groove out and decide where the quarter note's going to be. And that can be done by just a simple intro before you come in, and then everything kind of falls into place. So,
for me, arranging this holiday music comes from a place of my own personal tradition, my family, and the songs that are familiar to me, and the songs that are familiar to other people.
As we all know, most of us here, Berry Gordy recruited jazz musicians to play for Motown, and that's why I really believe that's why our sound was so unique. Why Motown sound was so unique, because it was a lot of jazz influences. So
these terms that we use, classical, jazz, I mean, obviously we're here agreeing that we're using these terms to describe a really vast art form, but they don't really capture the music in its entirety, but it's just a way to sort of express language, have an agreement. So